Save your breath and cure your porridge. Hey, look, she wants a heck of 2 roof lights. The stylish house frame furniture. And the Scar cushions with matching shark pie cover. Yeah. Right. It's just terrible partial to the party with the blue bags. Have I made myself clear, bags?
Hello, and welcome to R&R Reviews Unscripted. You're here again with me and my brother Nick. Say hey, Nick.
Hey.
And we're here today to talk about our thoughts and feelings behind our most recent review. Today's review is Guy Ritchie's Snatch.
Alert. If you haven't seen the movie Snatch, please stop listening now. And by the way, you're about 20 years in the past.
I was going to say, this movie literally came out in 2000, so it's time to see it.
Alright guys, so welcome to our first retro review. As you can see on our Facebook page, we gave Snatch a 6.3 out of 10 points. And we'd like to remind everyone once again that 4 is an average rating. So we find this movie to be a good movie.
Means we liked it, man. It was like eye candy for the cinema soul.
It was like sweet candy on our eye holes.
It was sweet candy on our eye holes. It was like sweet candy for our cinema souls. This is a fast-paced story that interchanges between about 5 or 6 storylines within it. It doesn't focus a lot on character development. Instead, the story itself keeps you guessing and keeps you moving throughout the film.
What I find that I really love about this film is the fact that it's a film that needs no character development at all to have a good story.
Yes.
Yes, master.
I think that the ending does such a good job of tying the film up and bringing every storyline into one moment.
Right.
Right. My favorite part of this whole film is probably Brad Pitt's accent, though.
Right. And the movie even makes note of it, and it is, in fact, hilarious.
Yeah, like you have this movie full of nothing but English people, and then you have Brad Pitt in there.
Right. It's Brad Pitt who's known to have the worst Jamaican accent of all time.
And Missy plays a pikey, which is basically like a gypsy. They live in campers, out in the woods, they kind of move as they see fit, and they don't really play by anybody's rules.
And we're still not 100% for sure that it's okay for us to say pikey, but we're just going to say it in the context of the film. So if we offend anybody, we're sorry.
But we're not really.
Guy Ritchie told us we could say it.
Yes.
Yes, master.
Thank you, Guy Ritchie. I do want to say that I wish that Guy Ritchie would jump back to films like this. You know, he just recently released Aladdin, which was good, I guess, as a reboot. But like this kind of stuff is what made him. This is just after Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and these English gangster movies are really the genre that he kind of created.
Right. Definitely, and I feel like his take on Sherlock Holmes fits into the same genre.
Agreed. He definitely has done a lot better work in his past, I think, than he is currently doing. And I wish that he would come back to this. Not to mention that he directed this film. He also wrote the screenplay for it. So these ideas are coming from him and generated from him. I think that this is a very impressive story with how it's all just so neatly fit together and just flows to what it is. Basically, everyone's chasing around an 86-carat diamond they're trying to get a hold of. And these storylines just tie together between Jewish jewelers, Russian gangsters, incompetent jewel thieves, and unlicensed boxing promoters. This story just moves and moves, making you guess. Like, honestly, you're kind of at a point where you're like, where is this story going?
Right. I do gotta note the fun little Easter egg that Guy Ritchie put in the film, which was a note to one of Madonna's songs, which was in fact his love interest at the time.
Yes.
Yes, master.
I believe it's a scene with Vinnie Jones, and he says the song is playing, and he talks about how he loves that song.
Yes.
And that was
Lucky Star.
Yes, and that was kind of a pun to Madonna at the time, and you wouldn't even catch it if you weren't aware of the fact that Guy Ritchie and Madonna were together at this point.
And that's why we're here for you guys. We want to be able to point out all the pointless facts that you'll never know and would never know if we didn't point them out for you, because we know that those pointless facts will in fact help you in your future endeavors.
We know that this information we're giving you is truly crucial to your life out in the real world. Couple points: the sound, score, and the soundtrack, not too strong, nothing that takes away, but nothing that really adds. There's no need for CGI or special effects in this film. I will say that the cinematography gives a great grayish tone, which of course with them being in London, it's kind of gray and rainy like that a lot over there, but it gives this nitty-gritty feel to the film that kind of pulls at it also.
Yes, you can even almost smell the urine on the set.
I do want to take time to mention some of the other people. We said Brad Pitt, but Vinnie Jones, Jason Statham, Benicio del Toro, not to mention others that really make up just a phenomenal cast in this movie. Well, there's not really too much else to say about this film. I mean, the complexity lies within the story itself. Strong dialogue, not a lot of character development needed. The movie is just basic, but it works.
If you're really looking for an old flick you want to catch and enjoy yourself, this is definitely a movie you can do that with.
Not to mention, it's on Netflix, so it's free, except for you're paying for the subscription to Netflix.
Unless you're mooching it off one of your family members, which is kind of not cool.
That's all the time we have today. As always, check out our Facebook page and YouTube page, R&R Reviews, or check us out on email at
rogerscinemahood@gmail.com. That's ROGERSCINEMAHOOD@gmail.com. Feel free to email us with any suggestions of future films to review. And
and just in case you don't know how to spell cinema or hood, we spelled it out for you.
Feel free to send us any emails with future review suggestions or your take on any of our previous reviews.
Yeah, please just send us an email. We've had the email up for a little while now, and no one's even sent us anything. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Remember, it's a beautiful day in the cinema hood.